So hi guys, this is Karthik and welcome back to the channel. So it has been a few weeks since I've been busy and not uploading any content for you guys, and I sincerely do hope at least some of you would have missed the videos I make. So make sure that you let me know in the comments. That actually motivates me and encourages me to make more content for you people. And yeah, so the agenda for this video is going to be that I'll attempt a lead code contest at random. So the problems would be new to me, I would have never seen them, and it is basically simulating the environment of a coding contest or probably an interview. And I will try to share my thought process at each and every step, how I would actually attempt such kind of contests if I were to set for an interview. And you guys can learn from it how to actually think, how fast you need to think, and how to attempt these problems that appear in an interview. And yeah, it might happen that I'm not able to solve the entire contest, but that's okay. I'll try my best, and yeah, let's get started. Hopefully we'll get a 1 hour 30-minute contest, otherwise we'll use this button again. So wish me luck, and do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments if you find this helpful. Yeah, let's get started. Cool, it's bi-weekly contest 15. Oh, ages back. We have 4 questions. The first is of 2 points. Okay, let's just attempt this one. Element appearing more than 25% in sorted array. So more than 1/4 time. If it's a coding contest, I would definitely go for the easiest approach, that is count the frequency of each and every element. So array length is up to 10 power 4 and the elements can go up to 10 power 5. I would probably go for hash map and count the frequency of different integers appearing, and then I'll print the one that appears more than 5% times, given and sorted in non-decreasing order. Okay, the array is sorted in increasing order kind of. There is exactly one integer in the array that occurs more than 25% of the time. Okay, so I can definitely do this in big O of n, because I can calculate what is 25% of time. I can start from the left of the array, and let's say I see an element that is appearing for the first time. Then I will see whether 25% length, let's say that the length is x. So this index plus x, or if all these elements are the same element, then this guy appears more than 25% time. That's for sure. For example, here this array length is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yeah, so 25% of 9, 9 by 4, it's up, let's say 3. Okay, so we can clearly see that 1 is not the answer, because if I see 2 indexes beyond this, that means here I don't have a 1. So 1 appears less than 3 times. Same way for 2. 2 is not the answer, because if I look at index 1 plus 2, that means at this index I have a 6 and not a 2. So 2 is also not an answer. 6 is the answer, because if I look here and 2 indices beyond, I have a 6 at both the positions. This means 6 appears at least 3 times. That means at least 25% time. Yeah, and this should work, I guess. So I have integer length equals to arr.size. It might be possible to do this in login, but I would not waste my time doing it for now. So 25% time, so required, equals to length by maybe what? Length by what? 25% is 1/4 of the population. That means divided by 4. And what I should do is I should seal it. So it's 2 point something. I should have at least 3 people, right? So seal it. Now look at all the people. So for integer I goes from 0 till the length of the array. Oops. Yeah. Now the element at this guy and the element at I plus required minus 1, if these are same, then I've found the guy. So if arr at I equals to arr at I plus required minus 1, then I've found my guy. Just return arr at I and I'm done. We have to return the guy, right? Yep, we have to return the element, not the index. And yeah, this is the code. I don't need to do any bound checking, because it clearly states that there is definitely one such element. Moreover, I would never reach here, so I can write anything after the for loop. So I can return a 0. Yeah, this should pass all the test cases. And this is big O of n solution, big O of one extra space. Okay, we're getting a wrong answer. Output is 2, expected was 6. So if the array length here is 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 and 9, 9 by 4 was 2 point something. Let me do this calculation properly. I need to do 1.0 into, because otherwise it's integer division, it will automatically become 2. So again incorrect. Now it's 4 by 4, which is obviously 1, more than 25% time, right? It's more than 25% time, so it should be this much plus something. Okay, so if required modulo 4 equals 0, then required plus plus. Hmm. 4 by 4 is cool. Yep, sorry for this, but it was a pretty simple problem. It's okay. We can go back to the contest and try the second one. It's remove covered intervals. Given a list of intervals, remove all intervals that are covered by another interval in the list. Okay, so interval AB is covered by interval CD if and only if C less than equal to A and B less than equal to D. AB is covered by CD if and only if C is less than equal to A, cool, and D and B is less than equal to D, cool. So there is an interval that is completely covered by another interval, something like this, cool. And I need to delete all such intervals which are covered by some other interval. So if I was given all these intervals, then I have 1, 4, 3, 6 and 2, 8. I don't think any, yeah, 2, 8 covers both of those, so I should delete both. No, okay, 1, 4 is not covered by 2, 8, but 3, 6 is covered by 2, 8, so delete 3, 6. Here no interval, 2, 3 is covered by 1, 4, so delete that. Good, question seems good. What do I need to output? I need to output the minimum deletions. After doing so, return the number of remaining intervals. Okay. So the thing that comes to my mind is actually try out, do a kind of brute force, sort these, and the one with the lowest x and the largest width will definitely not be deleted because no other interval can cover it. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort these intervals based upon their x, that means the left point. So sort them based upon their left point, and if 2 or more intervals have the same left point, then sort them according to the width. Width is basically how wide the entire interval is. Now I'll see the first interval, I'll keep it, then I'll see the second interval, I'll see whether the previous interval covers it or not. If it covers it, then don't add it to the new list, or probably delete it from the old list. And yeah, this should hopefully do it, right? All I need to remember is the last interval I had seen with the largest width. It seems to work. Cool, let's start coding. Interval length is up to 1000, it was not cool. Let me make a comparator. It's going to be int a bool. So it's interval 1 and interval 2. So I'm going to sort these out first, and I'll sort them on the basis that we just discussed. So the interval that has a lower left point comes first. So if interval 1 at 0 is less than, in fact if these two are equal, then sort them based upon the widths, otherwise else return whichever has a lower left point, and here return whichever has a lower whichever has a greater right point, basically more width. Cool. So we have the comparator here. Now what I'll do is I'll sort these intervals So the intervals are now sorted. I'll iterate through them. The first interval I'm definitely going to keep. The second interval I will think whether I've seen a interval that started before it but has a larger right end point. So I'll have to maintain the intervals that I've seen till now and basically the rightmost end point. What is the interval seen before this particular point and goes to the right test, basically what is the right extreme till where my interval starting before this goes up to. That would help me decide whether I need to keep the current interval or not. So when I code it out, it would be more clear. So let's have a vector and let's call it vector. They should have used a pair according to me. Having a vector is not the best way to represent an interval, but cool. I just need to return an int. Cool. So let's say int deleted equals to 0, and also keep the right end point seen till now, the most extreme right end point seen till now. So right end equals to, currently I have not seen any interval, so I'll just initialize it to -1. I'm assuming no interval starts before 0, and yeah, that's cool. So for every interval, belonging to the intervals, if the right end of some interval seen before this guy is greater than or in fact even equal to interval at 1, then you need to delete it. Okay, so add 1 to delete it, else you keep it and update the right end point. And this should hopefully work. I'll return, delete it, and we're done. Compile error, redefinition of parameter interval 1. No matching function for call to sort. What? Sorry for these compile errors. Hopefully it should work in the first go. Oh, it doesn't. Why it does not? So I have 1 4 first, that's okay. I have the right end point at 4, cool. Then I have 3 6, that's okay, I don't delete it. I have the right end point at 6. Wait, first I'm gonna sort these. So after sorting, it becomes 1 3 first, 2 8 second, and finally I have 3 6. And wait, what do I need to return? I need to return the number of remaining intervals. I'm returning the number of deleted intervals, whereas I wanted to return the number of remaining intervals. So this is what I can do. So I had 1 2, then 1 4 and 3 4. On sorting these I will get 1 and 4, 1 and 2, and I'll get 3 and 4. So according to me, only one interval should remain, whereas the output is coming out to be 2. Is there a problem with the sorting criteria? I don't think so. There should be a problem with the sort. But if the sort is correct, the right hand is greater than equal to interval at 1. If the right hand now, okay, that's cool. Deleted plus plus, else right hand equals to this. If the left points are at the same position, then sort them according to the right points, and the one which has a greater right hand point, that comes first. That's okay, that sounds cool to me. So if this was a live video, you guys could have helped me out here, because there seems to be some stupid kind of probably sorting problem which I'm unable to identify. So if two intervals have the same left end point, oh yeah, now this makes more sense. In fact, now it makes even more sense. Yeah, okay, cool. That was a typo. Accepted. We can move to the next question now. Iterator for combination. Sounds good. Design an iterator class. Okay, I have seen something similar to this before. A constructor that takes a string characters of sorted distinct lowercase English characters and a number of combination length as argument. Okay. Basically an iterator class we need to design. It has a next method that returns the next combination length in lexicographical order. Okay. Has next. Cool. We have a new combination iterator abc2 creates the iterator. Iterator dot next returns ab, has next returns true, next returns ac. Next returns bc. Okay, so it's basically taking abc and making all the doublets out of abc. So ab, ac, bc, and what about okay, only this way. Sorted distinct a constructor that takes a string characters of sorted distinct lower English case letters and a number combination length. Alright, according to me, the problem is that you take in a string, so it's something like this. You take in a string like a b c d e, it's sorted English characters, and you'll be given a combination length, probably let's say 3 or 4 or 2 or 1. If it was 1, then the combinations would be a b c d e in that order. If the combination length was 2, then I would have ab, ac, ad, ae, and bc, bd, be in that order. Cool, this is making somewhat sense to me. If it was 3, then I would have abc, abd, and abe, and acd, and I need to iterate over these combinations basically. Cool. So the combination length is at max 15. There will be at most 10 power 4 function calls per test case. The characters, there are at most 15 English characters, and the combination length is definitely less than that. It's granted that the call of the function next are valid. this next and has next. What if I do go for the brute force? Would that work? This is what comes to my mind first. So if I go for the brute force, I might have 15 English characters, and I need to probably make 7 or 8 pairs because that would be the largest number of pairs in that case. It will be 15 7C, right? And what is 15 7C approximately? It's a big number, but would it be okay if I generate all of these? Okay, don't do this in an interview, but for now it's okay. Oh, 15C7 is, it's not very large. In fact, I could do this. 15C8 is also the same. So it's a small number. We can actually go for all the possible combinations, I guess. If we can, then why should we not? Let's just go for all the possible combinations, build them up, store them in memory in a sorted manner, and we're done. So first of all, take the characters and then go through them and build up the entire combination list. So I'm going to have probably a vector of strings, all combos, and then next would simply be something like this. I'll have an integer also, currently which combo I am at. So current combo, and next would do this. Next would return all combos at current combo, and also increment this current combo variable. Has next will simply check whether combo is less than equal to less than all combos dot length. So return true if we have current combo less than all combos dot length or dot size, and this should do it all, right? Now all I need to do is I need to generate these all combos, also keep initialize current combo to 0, and I can write a recursive function that would generate all the combinations for me, right? So probably generate combos, pass in the characters and pass in the combination length. Also, I need to keep track of a few more things. Let's discuss them here. Also, I can mark this private, but so although it doesn't matter for now, but it might be a good impression in the interview that you understand how these things work and what should be marked private, what should be kept public. Since this particular function has nothing to do with the user of this class, there's no point of making it public. Yeah, so we have a void generate combos. This will fill up the vector string all combos. It will take in a string of chars. Let me name it string input. Not the best name, but cool. I will take a length or combination length required. So let me just name it len. The number of characters I've chosen till now, so I'll need to keep track of that as well. So chosen people, initially chosen equals to 0, and I need to pass in a string as well. The chosen people, basically I need to keep building up a string, isn't it? So pass in a string built till now. So what is the string that I've currently built, or the previously chosen characters? Just remember them. We'll see how this thing works out, but this is the general idea from my side at the moment. And can I do this? I think I can. If I cannot, I'll make some changes later on, but I think I can. Also, I need to remember at what position in the input I'm currently at, because I'll be choosing some characters, leaving out some characters. So I need to remember the position I'm currently at. Okay, so have a current position and mark it 0 2. Yeah. So first of all, I'll check two things. If the number of people that I've selected, if chosen becomes equal to len, then I'm done. Or if the current position equals to input.length, that means I've already checked the entire string, then also I'm done. In these two cases, I don't recur, and like these are the base cases, I'm done. Otherwise, I need to go down and for this particular position I'm currently at, I need to make a decision whether to include this character or to not. I have two decisions to make. So in first way, I do not include this particular character, and then I call the method generate combos. Input remains the same, of course. Len remains the same. Build remains the same because I'm not choosing this particular character. Number of chosen characters remain the same. Position becomes +1. The other case is when I do select it. Selecting means that obviously built becomes built dot pushback. This character gets selected and I push it back to built. And what was this character? This character is input at pause, and I do again a recursive call. This time also input remains the same, len remains the same, len is in fact a constant. Built changed, I've changed build here. Number of chosen characters became chosen +1, and position becomes position +1. When I return from this recurring thing, I should probably remove it from my build also. So pop back. And I guess this should do the entire thing. We're done. This was the base cases. So if chosen equals to length, then I've already built my string. All I need to do is all combos dot push back the string that I've built, and I need to return. If position equals to input dot length, then either I've chosen the number of then I need to return because nothing can be done now. Yeah, because even if I was at the last like if I would have processed the entire input string and if would have chosen the required people, then this would have ran successfully. But since this did not run, this means I haven't chosen the required people, and I have already processed the entire string, so there's no point of making a valid combo after this. And this should work. Let's just run the code, debug the compile errors. I was obviously expecting this. Non-const value reference to type string. Okay. There are something known as move semantics. I'm not very thorough with that thing, but I'll try it. Cool. I'll just ignore it. Let's not build here. And let's just pass it from the constructor itself. Pass in an empty string. String build. Cool. I'll just try and submit, but no, it's incorrect in fact, because BC is coming out to be the first combination. Wait. I just need to reverse these two calls, because in this case I make the first decision I make is of not selecting, and the second decision I make is of selecting, but that makes it lexicographically in the descending order, but I want it in the ascending order. This function calling would make it in ascending order. Yeah, now it's correct. It got accepted. Let's move to the last question. Hopefully I'll be able to solve that. And we're done then. minimum falling path sum 2. So given a square grid of integers ARR, a falling path with non-zero shifts is a choice of exactly one element from each row of ARR. A falling path with non-zero shifts is a choice of exactly one element of from each row of ARR, so that no two elements chosen in adjacent rows are in the same column. Okay. So I need to return the minimum sum of falling path with non-zero shifts. Okay. So it says the following paths are 159. That means select 1 here, 5 here, 9 here. That's okay. Okay, basic idea is that if I select an element from the first row and it belongs to column C, then for the second row I can select any element but the one that belongs to column C. Yeah, that sounds doable. Moreover, the constraints are pretty small, like it's just 200 cross 200 grid at best. So what I'll do is I'll drink some water first. I really need to drink for water. Also, let me check if I'm looking okay. Works. So this looks like an easy dynamic programming problem. What I can think of is that if I was to collect the minimum falling path sum from the first row till the last row, then from the first row I have n number of options. Okay, I'll select one of the people in the first row. Then I want to find the minimum falling path sum from the second till the nth, right? Keeping in mind the column that was selected in the first row. And yeah, if I keep that in mind, my solution is basically what is the minimum falling path sum from 2 till n, given that in the first row I selected the cth column, element from the cth column. And yeah, this gives me kind of a DP solution. I'll write it in the notepad so that it becomes more clear, and then we'll start coding. It's something like this. I'm defining DP of I and j probably as the minimum falling path sum. Let me zoom it in. Hopefully it is nicely visible now. So dpij is defined, I'm trying to define it as the minimum falling path sum starting from the ith row till the nth row, such that from the I minus 1th row I selected the, so that ai minus 1 comma j was a selected element. So this is what my DP is going to be defined as. My final answer is going to be DP of 1 comma anything, because there is no 0th row according to me if I think of it in like 1 based indexing. But if it's 0 based indexing, then it's going to be, let it be 1 based indexing. DP of 1 comma something. Basically there's no constraint on what I can select in the first row. So what I'll do is I'll select any element from the first row and then try out DP of 2, given that what I selected in the first row. So my final answer, what is going to be my final answer? My final answer could be defined something like this: DP of 2 x plus a of 1x is the matrix. So I selected the xth element of the first row, and now I'm trying to find the minimum falling path sum starting from the second row till the nth row, given that I cannot select the xth element. And I will try this out for all x. So I can either go for a bottom-up solution or a top-down solution. As for some reason I'll prefer the top-down solution. Cool. So we'll go something like this. Let's have a private static member, or let's just have a private member, and it will be int solve This is my grade. I'll pass my grade here. What else do I need to pass? I need to maintain something known as a DP array or a memoization array to store my answers. So memo. I need to initialize it later on. I'll just keep a vector here. Vector DP. I'll initialize it here. Cool. I need to remember what sub problem I'm trying to solve. So I'm trying to find the answer. What are the minimum falling path sum starting from the ith row till the nth row, given that I cannot select the xth column. And that should do it. For DP, what I'll do is DP equal to new vector. No, not new vector. Just a vector of vector int. How do I initialize this? I keep the number of rows I require. The number of rows would be equal to arr.size. In fact, let me keep it +1. And every row is a vector itself. Initialize all the values to -1. -1 basically means that wait a second, my elements could be negative as well, right? -99 into 200. I can safely go for something like -10⁵ to indicate that this value has never been calculated by me. So let it be -1e5, comma, how many elements do I require? Wait. How many elements do I require? I require arr dot 0 dot length or size. So I've initialized my DP array over there. Yeah, just to be clear, I'm going to have a DP 2D matrix, and I'm going to have this many rows, arr.size +1, and I'm going to have in each row I'm going to have this many elements, arr0.size. This is the column, this is the basically size of the row, and each element is being initialized to -10⁵. This basically indicates that I have not calculated this value yet. Now what I'll do is, for every, as discussed here, for all x I will try to evaluate this value. Let me store my answer here. Integer answer equals to, what should I initialize it to? -1e5. Not yet calculated. And no, I want the minimum falling path sum, so I'll keep it 1e5 for now, and keep selecting as I find a better answer. So for every integer x starting from 0 to x less than arr0.size x plus plus, so I am selecting the xth element from the first row, and I will try to find out what is the answer for solve to the second row, comma, I cannot select the xth column from the first row. Also, would it be better if I actually use zero-based indexing? That would be better according to me. I'll just use zero-based indexing everywhere so that it's uniform. So it's arr0 plus at x plus this thing, and if this is less than the current answer, then answer becomes equal to it. So if answer equals to min of answer comma this thing, return the answer. We're done, except that I need to implement the solve function. So if I equals to arr.size, then I've like recurrence has to end, so just return a 0. I'm done recurring. There's nothing left to do. No more rows because I've already reached the last row, so nothing else to do, just return 0. Otherwise, from this row, select an element and recurve again, and the selected element should not be the xth element. So for every element in this row, I can try and select this one, and if this yields a better answer, then use it as the actual answer. Oh, okay, so I'm selecting this guy, and it's basically going to be a statement very similar to this. I'm selecting the ith element. Okay, let this be j. From the ith row, I am selecting the jth element. And then I will try to find out the minimum falling path sum starting from the I plus 1th row, given that from the I plus 1th row I cannot select the jth element. And I can return answer here while storing it in my memo or DP array. So I'll say okay, DP at I x equals to the answer. Also here I would check if DP at ix was already calculated, then don't calculate it again, in fact just return the answer. And what do I mean by already calculated? That means that the value here is not equal to minus 1e5. I guess this should work. Let me just run it and check. It gives me an answer 13. What is the actual answer? Yeah, the answer is 13. Let me submit and then I guess we're done. Alright guys, so we were able to solve all the problems. I'm really happy about that. Let me know in the comments if you want more such videos. Let me know in the comments if you want something else. If you're enjoying the channel, I would really appreciate that you guys share it with your friends, because that's helpful. That actually motivates me to make more content, and I will keep bringing out content for all of you. Also, our rank is 141 due to the lot of incorrect attempts we made in question number 1. In question number 2 also we made incorrect attempts. However, our time otherwise would not have been that bad, I guess, if there were not so many mistakes. Anyway, we got a rank of 141. Probably we'll try to improve it next time. So goodbye guys, make sure that you leave a like, a subscribe, and also give some feedback and comments. See you in the next video. Bye.